Hey, this is Cameron doing another commentary, and this time I'm just gonna try and explain how to build obstacles. This is gonna be primarily Ninja level 1 obstacles. I'm just gonna do about 1 or 2 obstacles, and this is just completely random, so I haven't planned out the obstacles. This is just me thinking on my feet. This is how I usually start tracks. I know some people create plans for their tracks before they do it, but for the most part I think people just randomly put objects, think it works, and that's the main thing, and I think that's the best way. It's more fun creating when you're trying to do that. So this object here, a pipe with edges on it, I just showed that because I really want to say objects with little tiny obtrusions on them are so annoying in tracks, especially if you're trying to recover yourself and you get caught on something. It just feels unnatural and it feels really weird. Me personally, I never put them on tracks, but I know a lot of people do, and sometimes it works, sometimes it works really well, but for the most part, if you're not used to doing obstacles, I would try and avoid them. So just use objects like I am here, with really sharp edges, just plain obstacles, nothing out of the ordinary. So I always love to use the fender in my tracks. I absolutely love the fender, and a lot of people don't like the fusion fender. I don't think it's a bad fender at all. I like all fenders. The HG fender is a bit weird, but I like that one too. So I'm just altering it a little bit because I felt as if the fender was in a bit of an awkward spot, or the back wheel to the fender. So I just moved it up a little bit so that it would sync, not perfectly, but better with the pipe. So this could be classified as level 1 speedrunning obstacle, especially because you can do it all in one shot. It's very easy. It's almost extreme level. I mean, I would personally say it is extreme level, but because you use the fender, I don't know, ninja technique, I call it level 1. Easy level 1, I guess. And so now I'm just creating another object, just randomly picking them out. I always use the simple objects. Very rarely if I use DLC objects, and if I built in Fusion and I had DLC, I probably wouldn't use many of the objects either. Although they do look a lot better than the base game objects, so maybe I would. So just getting different objects, just like trying to judge a size to see if that's right for the obstacle that I'm thinking of. I don't even really know what the obstacle is at this point, even though I put the objects down. You don't really fully know until you actually start to test it, and that's the main thing. You have to test everything so much. Some of my tracks I've tested 30 minutes, an hour, just on one obstacle, and during that time I've altered it lots and lots of times. If there's like any doubt within your mind and the object doesn't really fit, or it doesn't flow, or anything like that, then you should just change it or get somebody else's opinion. Try and experiment with different objects, because that's the main thing, just to try and get it working so that it's actually fun to play, because I mean that's the main point of trials and tracks, that it's fun to play. Especially, I'm going to show at the end of the video, but I'll just say it now. Basically, some people create checkpoints which are too long, and that's cool, you know, consistency is a big thing. But especially, like, let's say this example, if I made all this one checkpoint like I'm about to do, then it doesn't really, like, it doesn't make the checkpoint better, it doesn't make it harder in terms of each individual obstacle, it makes it just harder as a whole, and it doesn't add anything to it. But that's just my opinion. But anywho, so thanks for listening. Bye.